The Shuswap language is the traditional language of the Shuswap people of British Columbia, an endangered language. Shuswap is spoken mainly in the central and southern interior of British Columbia between the Fraser River and the Rocky Mountains. According to the First Peoples Cultural Council, 200 people speak Shuswap as a mother tongue, and there are 1,190 semi-speakers. Shuswap is the northernmost of the Interior Salish languages, which are spoken in Canada and the Pacific Northwest of the United States. There are two dialects of Shuswap: Eastern Kinbasket Shuswap Lake, Western Kanim Lake, Chuchua, Deadman's Creek Kamloops, Fraser River, and Pavilion Bonaparte. The other northern Interior Salish languages are Lillois and Thompson. Most of the material in this article is from QIPA's Language Revitalization and Technology. An interface to Facebook is available in Sequepimson. The First Voices website has a Sequepimson community portal, a Sequepech community portal, and a Splatson community portal for language learning. A November 2012 article estimated about 150 fluent speakers, mostly over 65, adding that an estimated 400 students are learning the language, and the majority of Sequepimson learners are under age 19. SECWE Acute PEMC language applications are available for iOS. The Sequepech Cultural Education Society released Nintendo DSi software in 2013 that teaches Sequepimson to young children. A language authority of 10 elder fluent speakers from East, West, and the North are recording pronunciation. A language tutor is also in preparation, exportable onto a CD for use offline. A CSAZETIN at Adams Lake is conducted entirely in the Sequepech language. On January 21, 2013, Thompson Rivers University began offering a Sequepimson language class taught by fluent speaker Janice Billy. Phonology. The Shuswap language has many consonants which the Roman alphabet is typically not used to represent. Two systems of representing Shuswap sounds are in use. One is the system used in QIPA's 298-page monograph on the language. It uses some letters which are not part of the Roman alphabet. The other system is based on one devised by Randy Bouchard of the British Columbia Language Project. It is based entirely on the Roman alphabet. The one exception is the symbol 7, which is used to represent a consonant. The Bouchard-style system appears to be the one in use among Shuswap people themselves. Aside from the different symbols used, other differences exist between the two systems. The QIPA's system makes extensive use of automatic alternations. For example, the letter N is sometimes pronounced, sometimes, and sometimes. The choice of pronunciation is based on automatically applied rules. The reader is expected to know these rules. The rules cover three classes of changes: automatic darkening of vowels, automatic alternation of sonorants between consonantal and vocalic pronunciation, and alternation of plain velars, uvulars, and laryngeals with the corresponding rounded sounds. The Bouchard-style system does not appear to require the reader to know so many alternation rules. Examples of words written in the Bouchard style can be seen on two websites. These websites do not contain enough examples to show how all the automatic alternations are handled in the Bouchard style system. Therefore, the QIPA's system of spelling is used in this article. Vowels. The Shuswap language has 5 full vowels, A, E, I, O, U, and 1 reduced vowel, E. An additional vowel is rare and often replaced by E or A. Its description is ambiguous. QIPA's gave its phonetic value as indicating a mid-unrounded back vowel, but described it in words as a mid-central vowel. There are restrictions on the distribution of vowels. The vowel E is restricted to unstressed syllables. The vowels A and O also occur in unstressed syllables, but only in a few words. Vowels I and U are restricted to stressed syllables. Automatic vowel darkening. The previous table shows the normal pronunciation of the vowels. 3 of the full vowels E, I, and U are subject to an automatic process called darkening, which changes how these vowels are pronounced. Automatic darkening is predictable. It occurs before uvular obstruents and before or after uvularized sonorants. It is not reflected in the QIPers spelling system. Example: Ian, he shoots at QEMNS, but Ian, I shoot at QEQMN. Consonants are divided into 2 classes, obstruents and sonorants. In the tables which follow, pronunciations are given in square brackets in IPA transcription. The notation is the same as that of QIPers. Obstruents plain plosives are usually unaspirated, and can be voiced in some environments. The pronunciation of the dental palatal obstruents C, C, and S ranges to T, and glottalized dental lateral plosive T can also be pronounced as a glottalized dental plosive. Sonorants. The sonorants are voiced. Since they can be consonantal or vocalic, a pair of pronunciations is given for each in the table. Vocalic variants occur only in unstressed syllables. Consonantal forms of glottalized sonorants occur only after vowels. The plain sonorants, when vocalic, have a different pronunciation at the beginning of a word, and the long vowels representing plain vocalic sonorants are variable in length and may be short. There is no glottalized plain uvular sonorant asterisk, where this ought to occur due to phonological processes. What occurs instead is when a consonantal form is required, and when a vocalic form is required. Consonantal vocalic variation of sonorants. The variation of sonorants between consonantal and vocalic pronunciations is automatic, and is not indicated in the QIPers spelling system. The rule for determining this as follows: to start all sonorants in a word to be considered vocalic. Then, beginning from the right-hand side of the word, a sonorant in any one of the following situations is changed to consonantal: a vowel on its right side, a vocalic sonorant on its right side, or a vowel on its left side. Example 1: L, M and M invariants of go ahead. XILME and XILX. Example 2: W in downstream, WTEMTK. Example 3: Ln in waterfall, K degree E lambda L acute P. Example 4: L, W, Y and N in I catch something in a trap, L acute L win. Not syllable structure. A Shuswap word consists of a stem to which can be added various affixes. Very few words contain 2 roots. Any stressed root can have an unstressed alternative, where the vowel is replaced by. Most roots have the form CVC. Other roots are CVC. Suffixes begin either with a stressed vowel or a consonant. Prefixes generally have the form CSCC. Stress in Shuswap is not very prominent, and occurs only in longer words. Since and are always stressed and never is, stress is usually fairly simple to predict. Phonological processes. Although QIPers does not specify, in many cases the glottalized rounded version of a consonant seems to represent an allophonic variation. For example, consonants which have a rounded form are rounded before and after. However, glottalization can be contrastive or allophonic. Consonant reduplication can also have an effect on glottalization. There are a number of ways in which sounds are affected by their environments. Resonants in the vocalic position are preceded by an automatic schwap. For example, the word Saint Celt pronounced. The darkening of vowels, as described below, is another case. The distribution of vowels is quite complex. The vowels have the following main variants: I equals, U equals, O equals, E equals, A, and are unchanged. The environment around uvulars and velars produces a different set of variants, including occasional slight diphthongs. Additionally, some roots cause darkened vowels to appear in suffixes. One example is the prefix ekst, which is darkened in X degree L text. The darkened vowels are as follows: E equals, U equals, I equals. Morphology. Affixes.Shuswap's affixation system is robust. A nominalizing prefix s is used to derive nouns from verbs, and prefixes to indicate a resulting state are added to verbs. A sample of Shuswap's small number of prefixes is below. TL, during a period in the past. C, or per second. The, T, or tk, on top of, on the outside. W lambda, group of people. Second person singular possessive. Most nouns contain suffixes. Suffixes are also used to indicate transitive, intransitive, and imperative verbs. Below are a few examples taken from the extensive collection of Shuswap suffixes. EPS, back of neck. Tem, bottom, canyon, lowland. ICAEE, surface, hide. Eskt, day. E lambda q, berries. ELTX degree, a sheet-like object, skin, bark. Morphological processes. Shuswap makes extensive use of reduplication. Some examples of simple reduplication are: initial reduplication, 2. Final reduplication, 2. Total reduplication, 2. Consonant reduplication. In addition, there are several types of complex reduplication involving patterns such as 1-1-V1-2, 1-1-2-V2-3, and 1-1-2-3-V3-4. Not all types of reduplication are productive and functional. Total reduplication indicates plurality and consonant reduplication is diminutive, but most other reduplications are difficult to explain. In addition to reduplication, root morphemes can be modified by interior glottalization, such that a root CVC appears as CVC. Although the process is not productive, many recorded forms refer to a state. For example, from consonant reduplication can proceed as usual with interior glottalization. Syntax. Word order in Shuswap is relatively free. Syntactical relationships are easily conveyed by the case marking system. However, it is common but not necessarily for the predicate to head the sentence. Sentences with predicate first. Wist citx the house is high. Cut lnxpe my grandfather said. Sentences with subject first. Square degree yicm cunts is x degree elmx rabbit was told by fox. Case marking. Shuswap uses two cases: the absolutive, for the subject of an intransitive verb, the subject of a transitive verb, and the object of a transitive verb, and the relative, for all other cases. Absolutive case. Wist citx the house is high. MteYnsx degree elmx sklep fox met it. Relative case. Wist tcitx degree a high house. Mcuntm is square degree yictx degree elmx rabbit was told by fox. Other forms. Nouns and verbs appear in for different forms, depending on the syntactic surroundings. The plain form. Nouns and intransitive verbs, conjugated for person. Additionally, a distinction is made between object-centered and subject-centered words. Compare the one I saw with the one that saw me. The suffixal form, for intransitive verbs, and also transitive verbs and nouns. This form is sometimes optional and sometimes obligatory. Examples of use include as an imperative substitute in if and when sentences. The nominalized form, for nouns and intransitive verbs. A nominalized intransitive verb refers to the goal object of the action, as in, "This is the groundhog I shot yesterday." Nominalization is also used in questions, either yes or no, or introduced with what. The S form refers to a fact, with overtones of goal-directedness. For example, "I want to eat." Sample lexicon. The following is a list of roots, and a selection of words derived from these roots by affixes.